Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
Pool, little small pond, I think.
So, I was just in my car the other day, and I was thinking about you, Woody. I was thinking about
same thing, but shower. Go on.
Yeah. Well, I like to do that in the car. I like that.
It kills time.
Get in traffic. What are you gonna do? So I was thinking about we've talked about how you're an award-winning dancer and how that's a credential. Credentials are an odd thing. When you give someone's credentials, they don't require any backstory. So I was thinking about your credentials and what those credentials could, what else those credentials would lean themselves to. So you are an ex-collegiate athlete with years of martial arts training. You're a millionaire. You're an award-winning performance artist, and you've accrued a following of well over 1 million. So I thought you could easily be a superhero. And what superhero would you be? And I thought with your swimming and everything, and your general look, because I imagined that picture of you with the beard, what hero better than Aquaman? And so if you click that Gyazo, I had my GFX guy like put that together for you.
Oh my God!
Perfect.
You had your GFX guy do that, or did you do that while drunk?
Absolutely not. No, no. I was like, there's a guy who kind of got a retainer, I guess you could say, and I was like, he needs to make this. Let's do this. So I think that's
really
hilarious. You could totally be Aquaman.
That would be your superhero, wouldn't it, Woody? Or do you empathize with another one more? Because Aquaman makes sense for you.
I think Aquaman is the one. Yeah, it's got to be. I used to. I mean,
know who's actually going to play him, right?
Who? No, I don't.
It's the same actor.
Yeah.
Close. It's the same actor who played Khal Drogo in the Game of Thrones
show.
It's
Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo. Yeah. So that's actually your face placed on his body. Just so you know, you're on Khal Drogo's body.
You didn't use my body as well.
Woody's arms.
Dude.
Kyle, who would you be? Who would your superhero doppelganger be? I'm trying to picture one for you.
The Punisher.
The Punisher. I don't know.
I don't know him well enough to have an opinion.
I don't know. I guess the guns, and I drive a sports car, and I don't know. It just seems like the way to go. I like Frank Castle. I think the Punisher's cool. The movies were pretty great. The first one was good. It was a little too kiddie. The Punisher's a guy whose family was all murdered, and then he kind of takes it upon himself to lay down vigilante justice with just violence, just complete vigilante, just guns and knives and stuff. That'd be a cool superhero to be.
Seems good.
Basic, and it's not silly, no powers or anything. I just shoot people.
I was thinking the Human Torch, because knowing your sexual history, you probably have experienced a burning sensation or two.
Never. You've got to safe sex only, kids. That's the only way. Or find a partner who is pro-choice, and that works
too. Dude, it's still my Skype status. It's a quote from Kyle. One of my favorite qualities in a woman is that she be pro-choice.
That's true. That's a typical quality in Georgia.
I think it's actually one of the qualities in a woman I look for is that she be pro-choice. I might have messed up the quote, but it's something like that.
Both are true.
Both work. Yeah. So topics. It's always me.
There's been
this
8
is kind
earthquakes
of fun.
seemingly.
Do you want to talk about earthquakes? I know nothing. I'll need
I don't
some
know
leading.
anything either. It just seems like there's an earthquake every day.
But it's in Nepal. Are they even real people?
Oh, I don't care about those earthquakes.
Are they even real people?
Until the earth opens up and some white people fall in Beverly Hills, it's just not gonna. I just won't know about it.
If poor people die,
about someone named Samantha dying in an earthquake, no one's gonna give a shit.
It's a bigger story if a blonde girl is kidnapped.
Yeah, totally, sure.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know what I feel awful for saying it. It's just a joke, but I swear when. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this out loud. It just seems when a country of poor people die, you're like, eh.
Oh my God! Look at Kyle sinking down in his seat.
Come on. Everyone listening is thinking the same thing. Like, oh, yeah, like, I don't know, if all of a sudden, like, Ghana opened up and the sandworms killed a bunch of people.
You're fucking eject.
You just
Woody,
feel
you're
my
not
hatch.
thinking of all of our Nepalese listeners.
I just, like if this had happened in the Netherlands or something, and it's not a race thing, really. It's totally an economic thing. If it had happened in the Netherlands or if it happened in, I don't know, where's some other, like, relatable country that's not just white people?
Brazil?
Brazil, I guess.
What's a relatable country that's not white people, and you can't think of one?
Hey, where do they keep all those brownies anyway?
Who are the people I care about who aren't white?
This is so awful.
Australians. Yeah, those
That's
people.
terrible.
Bring on the hate. I'll be offline mowing my yard. But yeah, it just seems a little less relatable when, like, a concrete without rebar falls down or something like that. You're like, yeah, that's just like a completely different place, different building standards. No wonder that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Those poor people.
Yes. Yes. So yeah.
Poor people.
I don't. What?
It really does suck. I mean, I keep hearing about people buried alive and stuff, and they brought in some sort of, I guess we sent some technology over there because they got some fucking heartbeat sensor they're using to dig people out. They didn't come up with that shit.
You mean you don't think they had those readily available?
No, we're the only ones with fucking heartbeat sensors.
Melissa's staying over there out of trouble entirely.
That's a good.
She's
idea.
like, don't unfollow me on Twitter. I have nothing to do with Woody.
Melissa, you might want a real job one day, Melissa. You just tone that stuff down. Woody just talked. Like, Woody knows he'll never have to work a real job. He can say whatever he wants. He can go on racist tirades. What's he going to be, a politician? That's over, too. He knows that.
Yeah, that's fucked. I used to daydream about that. This will come up.
Yeah. So, why, Mr. Gamertag, some have called into question whether or not you are an appropriate choice for state senator, since you're going to be sit on many foreign affairs committees and other committees that would deal with foreign issues when you say things like this. When those poor people die, just who gives a fuck, right?
Am I right? Who's with me?
People, and then that's the news clip, and you're just like, well, nobody really cares about it. Let's be real. Come on.
I'll just do what Kyle does and double down on everything ridiculous I say.
That would be Woody's, response.
That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how much our hard-earned American tax dollars are going to those countries. That's what I want to talk about. You just gotta twist it around. Be a politician. Don't answer that shit.
Kyle's good at that stuff. So when I feel like on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to like handling social situations or whatever, I'm not bad. I'm like a 7.5 or 8-ish or something.
Best in IT.
Best in
right.
Cisco IT. But Kyle is like an alpha 10, like the other 10s come to him. And I was like, I'm going to be in this situation where probably people are going to like put their palm out and ask for advice or in a promotion or something like that. And Kyle's like, I always say yes. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. I'd love to do that. You want to talk to Kitty. She arranges all those things. And then he has someone else do his knowing for him. Or, or put it like, yeah, dude, I would love to do this. This sounds fantastic. Kitty has my rates and schedules for me. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, you got to pay for what you're asking for.
Yeah, because sometimes it's a good kind of lie. It's not really even a lie. It's just a non-truth. I could say they'll say something. A guy came to me at
such a sociopath thing to say.
A 10 out of 10. It's sociopathing.
Here's what he said to me.
Lie. It's a misdirection.
Oh, please don't mention the company or the situation. I don't want to attack them. But
so this guy approached me while I was playing paintball. I wasn't at the event. I was just playing paintball on the weekend. Like, I'm just on my own playing paintball. I don't have an FPSRussia badge on. I'm just playing paintball. I'm wearing a mask half the time. But it wasn't long before, I guess that's, the paintball crowd is likely to know me, it seems. So, like, there's a crowd of people there, and I was getting to know them all, and we was playing with them. And there was one guy in particular who seemed really keen on hanging out with me and playing with me, and I was cool with all that. And then at the end of the day, he's like, I've got this podcast I do, and I'd really love to interview you on it. And I'm thinking, like, I just wouldn't care to do that. It's not that I have anything against you. I wouldn't like to spend my time that way, and that's just how I feel on the inside. That's nothing against you. don't want to do it. However, it just seemed cruel to say that to him. So I said, look, you contact this person. She kind of makes those decisions for me. You just email here. If there's a way to work it out, then we'll do it. And that's true. If there were a way to work it out, if he was like, well, come on, my dad owns Texon, so maybe like I just pay you, you know.
I don't even know what Texon is, but I bet it's wealthy.
Done. Yeah. Just let's make it happen. You know, whatever. If you could pay me to come on, and I mean, everybody wants to get paid for their time. That's time that I would normally be spending doing something, you know, constructive and enriching, like playing Civilization into the wee morning hours.
It's so draining. Yeah. So like sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is gonna happen, and Kyle's like, this is what I would say, and it's like, ooh, I'm burning that one in. That's where the names go. I take shit like that and store it instead. You
don't approach the guy behind the counter at a place that you want a job at, and he doesn't. He doesn't go yes or no. Like there's plenty of managers who hand you a job application in their head they're like, "Fucking wasting your time, bro." But you don't say that because it's not professional. It's the same. It's the same exact thing. Yeah. Same exact thing.
Or the other thing you don't want to do either is just say yes all the time. You know, oh yeah, well, sign me up. You asked. It's awkward to say no, so now I'm going to start working for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stinks too.
No, I've always been good at saying no. I think some people have a hard time doing that, but I figured that one out.
All right, do we need a new question?
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.